This is the brand new iPhone SE, but before we're jumping into the review, let's have a look at what's inside the box. If you're looking at this iPhone and you're thinking, I've seen this before, that's because you have. The iPhone SE has the same design as the 8, the same screen as the 8, the same camera system. The only difference is the processor, which is the same one as the iPhone 11, the A13 Bionic. It's a small phone for today's standards, let's not fool ourselves, especially when you compare it against the iPhone 11 Pro Max. The screen is 4.7 inches and the resolution doesn't have those high numbers from today. It's just an HD screen. But the screen is an IPS and it's really, really good. It doesn't have the brightness or the colors of the iPhone 10, for example, but if you compare it against other iPhones, it's a really good screen. We have stereo speakers, we have dust and water resistance, it's an IP67 rating. You have one camera instead of 2 or 3, and you have the Touch ID. The Touch ID is back. So as I said before, it's a phone that you already know and it's a solid phone. Performance is great, as you could expect. So the processor is the A13 Bionic, the same one that you have on the iPhone 11 and the Pro and the Pro Max. And this means that the phone is going to receive new software updates at least for the next 5 years. You'll be able to install all the applications from the App Store, run the latest games, no issues at all. The only problem that you might face is the battery, especially if you are a hardcore player. It's going to be a problem for you. The battery is small and you don't have the fast charge included, but you have wireless charging. So if you want to get to the end of the day with some more battery, just drop the phone on the charger and that's it. The thing is, the battery is small. It's not an amazing battery, especially when you compare it against the iPhone 10, 10R, 11 Max. If you just take some pictures, send some messages, make some phone calls, it's going to be okay for you. If you just spend the day watching videos, watching YouTube, definitely won't last. The camera is a great camera, especially for this price point. So we only have 2 cameras, we don't have any strange names, no 100 times zoom, no 300 megapixels. You simply have 12 megapixel camera on the back and a 7 megapixel camera on the front. When the light is good, when you're taking pictures outside, for example, you basically can't tell apart between the iPhone 11 and the iPhone SE. Because the phone has the A13 Bionic, this means the imaging pipeline is the same, so the processing it's basically the same. The only thing that I don't understand is why I don't have the night mode on this phone. So you have the portrait mode, so you can still take portraits with this phone, with the SE. It's not as good as the iPhone 11 Pro Max, but they are really good. The problem with this camera starts when there is no light at all. So you don't have night mode, as I said before, but even when you have some light, but it's really low, the picture becomes grainy, becomes really noisy, and the lack of quality, you just see it. The software tries to denoise it, but that creates just more problems in the picture. So I can't really recommend this phone to take pictures during the night. But I think the main question here is, who's this iPhone to? If you have an iPhone 10 or a 10s, going to the SE, it's going to be a downgrade for you. The battery is smaller, the screen is worse, definitely worse. You're going to see the difference straight away. The only thing you're going to have is basically the processor, but I don't think it's going to make a lot of difference for you. So this phone in reality, I think it's for whoever is running with a 6, a 6S, a 7, and is looking for an upgrade, but they're still happy with the phone that they have. They just need something a bit more powerful. Someone that doesn't want to know what an OLED screen is, has no idea what it is, doesn't need 30 cameras, doesn't need fancy things on the cameras. Someone that wants to take pictures of their grandchildren, send to their kids, share it on iCloud, send an iMessage, that's basically who this phone is to. It's not for you, definitely, because if you're seeing this, maybe you are a geek as me. And this is why I think this iPhone is important, is in that price point, it's going to enable people to update their phones, keep the form factor that they already have and they already know. It's a proven ecosystem, it's reliable, people like Apple, and to be honest with you, there are no compromises here. It's just a phone that works. If you have any comments, leave it down below. I'm going to talk to you. I'm Daniel, and I'll catch you on the next one.